All right, let's talk about software because, you know, the sector has struggled all amid growing concerns about AI disrupting the entire industry. But your next guest is betting big on applications and what they call agentic software. Let's head down to Atlanta, Georgia. Frank Holland is with noted tech investor, Vista Partners CEO, Robert Smith, and they join us now. Frank, take it away.
Brian, thank you very much. Robert, thank you for joining us. We're talking about software very shortly, but very quickly, we're here in Atlanta for the HBCU Aware Fest. This is a fundraiser for your Student Freedom Initiative. Everybody saw the headlines when you paid off the debt of those Morehouse students. This time, you're doing it a little bit different. What's the money you raise here? What's it going to be used for?
Yeah, it goes to what we call the Student Freedom Initiative, and the dollars, in essence, recycle. So rather than paying back student debt, you borrow from the fund. As a student then, and as an adult, you start paying it back into the fund then relents it to the next generation of students. So it has a nice, I'll call it a virtuous cycle of supporting your own community and supporting the community of Americans who are, for HBCUs, 75% of our doctors, over half of our teachers, and over half of our engineers actually come from HBCUs. So we're excited to be here, and all the great sponsorship and friends who've come out to make this happen.
All right, amazing cause. People can go online and get more information. We do have to talk to you about software.
And donate.
And donate. I was just looking at the IGV software ETF. A lot of us use it as a proxy for the software trade.
Sure.
It was down. It's down about 20% year to date.
Sure.
You've been adamant. The fears are overblown about AI disruption. You see software spending continuing this year about 16% higher year over year. Gartner has about the same number. What's the disconnect? What is going on in the public market?
It's a difference between, call it sentiment and reality, is the fact of the matter. You know, software has actually gone through, anytime there's a new introduction of technology, it goes through some dynamic of disruption. In fact, we've had 9 dislocations similar to this, 26% reduction in the ICV index over the period of time. The last one, if you recall, the last major one was when the introduction of this thing called AWS. Everyone said, oh, SaaS, this is going to eliminate, this AWS is going to eliminate what enterprise software companies do, and actually ushered in the greatest expansion, because these technologies are enablers for certain software companies. That doesn't mean some may go away, might not go away, but in essence, if you have, I call it sovereignty and dominion over workflows and data sets, these probabilistic systems can be very effective in driving certain amounts of processing the data, but enterprise software delivers deterministic outcomes. So you need the scaffolding of these enterprise software workflows and data sets in order for it to actually prove to be very valuable in an agentic world.
All right, a lot of notes have come out talking about the private market software companies that are AI agent native and their basic competition against the legacy players. You say it's not really about that. You also say only about 1% of enterprise data is actually loaded into LLMs. Now, what does that exactly mean going forward?
Yeah, so importantly, as an enterprise, you have a lot of workflows and data that you've actually developed over decades in many cases. You know, insurance companies don't have their data published on the web or in public information, so the LLMs aren't training on them, or the foundational models aren't training on them. And so one of the things that actually Satya Nadella said in Davos last year was, what people are going to need to focus on in 2026 is, are they leaching enterprise value by taking their data to these models? What's actually occurring now are enterprises realize you have to take these models to the data, operate in air-gapped environments, on-prem environments, utilizing the capabilities of these probabilistic systems, these AI systems, but actually running those agents through your workflows, your enterprise software workflows, and your dynamic data that you uniquely have to give you deterministic outcomes that your customers want. I like to say, getting a wire transfer mostly right isn't acceptable in an enterprise environment.
Well, it's not when it's my money. Robert, thank you so much. Really appreciate your time. Good luck with everything with the Student Freedom Initiative and right here at HBCU Aware Fest. Thank you again.
Thank you, Frank.
Brian, back over to you.